Alright, so I figured I'd make a quick little comparison video between these two right angle impacts. I have a Cornwell CAT5150 and a Matco MT2512. These are both made by Professional Tool Products, PTP for short, or otherwise known as Sunex. They're made by the same manufacturer, but there are some slight differences, some more noticeable, but both of them are great tools. I've used both, and I don't prefer one over the other, but again, there are some slight differences. Currently, PTP makes 100% of Matco's air tools. They have a couple IR clones that seem to be fooling a lot of new technicians and even old technicians, but they are without a doubt Sunex impacts, or Sunex is the manufacturer. Cornwell still has some Ingersoll Rand, but it looks like with their new lineup, they're starting to go more towards the PTP stuff. They make some great tools. I have no complaints. So again, both of these impacts are great tools. I intend to have one for home and then one for work use. But I just figured I'd kind of go over some of the differences. One of the differences is, and it's gonna be hard to kind of capture on video, but the Matco one is ever so slightly taller, and then as well as it being taller, it's slightly wider. But as far as getting into tighter spots, I wouldn't say it'll make a difference. It's just again, it is slightly bigger. It hits the same, so it's not like it's different hammer mechanism. It's just the way that they designed the head on it. They both offer articulating exhaust vents, so depending on where you're working, you're able to kind of swivel the exhaust away from you or towards something that's not going to blow dust everywhere. I do prefer the trigger on the Cornwell. It doesn't stick out quite as much. However, I do prefer the grip on the Matco. It's more of like a rubberized texture, as the Cornwell one's plastic. Then the only like main difference, I'd say, and again, it's not really a make or break because it still offers the same amount of power, but the Cornwell one only has a high and a low setting for forward, as with the Matco they offer a high, a mid. So you got low, mid, and high. They both have a little over 400 foot-pounds breakaway, and max working torque, I believe, is 300 for both, and then working torque is 180 for both. Overall, they're both great tools. I have no complaints with either. The one, I guess, minor gripe I have with the Cornwell is I like to grease my hammer mechanisms on all my impacts at least every 6 months, but depending on how much I use it. The Cornwell one does not have a grease zerk anywhere. The only way to really get grease up to the front of the housing would be to disassemble the whole hammer mechanism, which isn't a big deal, but I don't know how readily available the seals are to reseal it without grease spitting out the back or oil spitting out the back. Again, it's a minor gripe. Some people don't even grease the hammers ever. So again, it's preference that I prefer having. But again, this one, because of that, it will just be kind of my home use, and then this one I'll keep as my professional offering. But again, I figure some people might be interested if they're kind of going back and forth with which dealer to buy it from, what kind of deal they can work out with their dealer. Again, they're both great. I would say that I prefer the Matco one just for feel, and then of course the grease fitting, but it wouldn't stop me from buying the Cornwell one as my only riding impact. But again, thanks for watching.